Well, good afternoon, and good afternoon from a new trail. This is Wainwright's Remote Lakeland Trail, and this morning I've taken the train from home to Penrith, and from Penrith I've walked to the start of the walk near the Reigate Centre. This walk is 194 miles long. It goes right round the edge of the Lake District, visiting many places that Wainwright considered remote. I should be doing it with my friend Alan, but sadly he's injured, so I've come alone, and I hope you enjoy the journey as we go around the Lake District. As I walk along a fairly lengthy bit of road which takes me into the Lake District, I'm reflecting on when I first heard about this trail. And I think it was the second lockdown in 2020. Most of us were dreaming of freedom, and I came across a website by a guy who'd walked this trail. I think he'd done it after the first lockdown, but it carried 10 days food because he was pretty sure that there'd be nothing open for him with regards to facilities for accessing food. Well, I'm a lot luckier than he was because I'm not carrying 10 days food, and I fully intend to make use of pubs and any other places I find food available. There are only 4 shops en route, but I'm confident that I will have sufficient food to get around with pubs and the odd shop every now and then. My biggest challenge today is finding a place to pitch the tent out of this very strong wind. This is rather a nice spot on Matterdale Common. Got a view there on the left to Great Mell Fell. Clouds are very moody. There's a sheepfold here, and in the sheepfold is where I'm going to be for the night. So I'm protected from the wind, and I know it's going to get heavy rain overnight and for most of tomorrow as well. So we'll see what it's really like. Well, it's flaming June, and it's so flaming I'm inside the tent with the awning closed to keep the tent nice and warm because I'm quite cold. 13.6 miles today I did from 1 o'clock when my train got into Penrith. Intermediate sort of day. I had to walk from Penrith to get to the start of the route, and then on the route a lot of field walking, and then latterly lane walking to bring me to where I am now. But now I'm in the Lake District proper, and I'm amongst hills that I recognise and know quite well. Saw my first Herdwick sheep of the trip, first of many no doubt, as I walked to where I am now. And tomorrow the forecast is for rain, so we will see what it gives me. Forecast these days, you might as well just look outside your tent and see what it's doing, so I will make that decision in the morning. But for now I'm nice and sheltered, but it's definitely going to be an early night. Good morning, and good morning from a very wet day 2 on my Wainwright Remote Lakeland Trail. I'm so pleased I camped where I did last night, because yesterday evening I'd also eyed up another location where trees would have provided me with cover from the wind, and when I got there this morning discovered that it was not good camping ground at all. I had really struggled to find a pitch, so relieved I stopped where I did last night. Today I don't know how far I'm going to get. It is a wet day. I'm heading towards the A66. I'm just walking around Clough Head at the moment, and then from there I head north into the hills north of the A66, and I will see how far I get in this weather before I make a decision to call it a day. We've got a rough old bit more descending towards Threlkeld. It's rather wet. This route is nearly unwalkable in these conditions. I'm being blown all over the place. It's pouring with rain. I'm going sideways now, look. Well, I haven't reached the highest point yet. With more high hills to camp today. I think I have to get off this hill and find somewhere safe. Got a proper river crossing here, no footbridge, and the water's quite high. Won't be filming this. Wow, that's been a brutal old morning, and it hasn't rained now for about 45 minutes to an hour, but I know there's more still coming. But I was on the edge on my way up to Banadell Crags. That was really hard. I was being blown off my feet. The rain was driving in from my left. But we're up and over, and I'm now on the Cumbria Way in the valley between Banadell Crags and Skiddaw. I think it's the Upper Mosedale. I'm heading on down here now, and we'll be passing through some old lead mines. I've done about 12 miles so far. Still plenty to do. Taking respite from the wind in the bothy on Great Lingy Hill. It's a shame that I'm here at 20 to 2, because if I was arriving here about 6ish, I'd definitely be staying in here tonight. Well, I'm very disappointed, I've got to be honest. I don't know how many miles I've done, but about an hour and a half or 2 hours of no rain, and then it came back in, as it was this morning, really hard. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's too early to stop, but if I continue, I end up going over Knott, which is over 700 metres above sea level. There's no visibility up there, and the higher you go, the stronger the wind, and the rain is just driving through. So, taking the decision to come down and follow the Cumbrian Way to a campsite which is about 5.5 miles away from here. So very disappointing, but you've got to be sensible. I'm at Kestrel Lodge campsite. Glad to be here, I've got to be honest. Today was a big day. I did over 24 miles today. I never set off with that intention this morning. The weather was horrible this morning, and then I had that hour and a half to 2 hours of dry weather, and I thought, well, yes, the day's going to clear up. Got to the bothy at Great Lingy Hill and I had no signal, so there's no way of knowing what the forecast was, and if I'd known I wouldn't have left. On leaving the bothy about 20 minutes later, it just started, and it was relentless. Strong wind, strong rain, and a lot of it into my face as well. I couldn't find anywhere suitable to put the tent down, so I felt obliged to leave the route, because what was coming afterwards would have been really hard and wouldn't have seen anything. So can I say I've done the Wainwright's Remote Lakeland Trail? And I have to say I can't. Yeah, I took the sensible decision, but yeah, this is this is a good weather route, I think, and that's what I've read online. It's a good weather route, and I can see that now. Anyway, tomorrow, more rain tomorrow, showers, but I'm going to continue on the route. But I've seen the forecast for the next day after that, and it's just as bad as it is today. And I'll be high and exposed. Yeah. Not sure what to do, really. Well, I think I do know what to do, but I don't want to do it. That's the difference. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I am tired. I can get my head down. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's better tomorrow. Well, I can't dress this up other than I'm a quitter. Yep, I've decided to leave the trail. I looked at the forecast again this morning, having had a good night's sleep at Kestrel Lodge campsite with the overnight rain. And today is a decent day. It's dry, a couple of showers, nothing of any significance. But the next day and the next day are truly awful days, forecast to be worse than I had yesterday. And because the route goes high, as I explained earlier, and because I want to enjoy this, not endure it, I've made a decision to leave the trail. Now, I really hope that that is not the end of my aspirations to complete this trail, but planning to come up to the Lake District, you just don't know what you're going to get with the weather. It's almost like you need to look at the forecast and go, but we've all got commitments in life, and June is usually a good month. So that's it, gang. End of the trail for me. Walk down to the village now of Braithwaite, get a bus into Keswick, bus from Keswick to Penrith, and I booked my train for this afternoon. Get it. Thanks for watching.